Every morning is a new chance from Allah, a fresh beginning, a silent gift wrapped in light. When your eyes open, your soul is handed another opportunity to grow, to believe, to change, to become better than yesterday. But what you tell yourself in those first few moments of the day, that self-talk, those whispers to your own heart, they shape the way you think, act, and respond to everything around you. Imagine starting each day not with stress or fear, but with clarity and strength. Imagine filling your heart with the light of Iman, the power of Tawakkul, and the sweetness of remembering Allah before the world even touches you. That's the power of morning reminders. When you speak words rooted in faith, they protect your soul, guide your choices, and fuel your journey through the day. In Islam, we're taught that every action begins with intention, and every intention begins with the thoughts you carry. If you begin your day reminding yourself of your purpose, your identity as a servant of Allah, your accountability, your strength, and your eternal home, then the chaos of the world loses its grip. You stop running after what doesn't matter. You find peace in the middle of pressure. You remember that you are not alone. Allah is with you. So if you want to start living with purpose, if you want to protect your mind from negativity, and if you want to train your soul to lead your life, this is your starting point. These words may be simple, but they carry the force of belief, the light of wisdom, and the blessing of Allah's guidance. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Xplorers, where every video helps your heart grow closer to Allah. 1. Today, I begin with gratitude to Allah. Every morning, when you open your eyes and take that first breath, something amazing has already happened. You've been gifted another chance by Allah. You are alive, and life itself is one of the biggest blessings. But most people miss this. They rush out of bed, thinking about work, school, or problems. They forget that waking up is not guaranteed. It's not just another day. It's a new chance to grow, to do good, and to fix what went wrong. That's why starting your morning with gratitude is not only powerful but also deeply Islamic. Gratitude doesn't mean you have to wait for something big to happen. You don't need a new car, a promotion, or perfect health to be grateful. Gratitude starts by noticing the small things that are actually big blessings. Your heartbeat, your eyes that see, your hands that work, and your faith that still lives in your heart. You are telling Him that you remember Him first before the world distracts you. This act of gratitude lifts your mood. It opens your eyes to more good. You start to see blessings everywhere, in your family, in the air you breathe, in the food you eat. Gratitude makes you humble because you realize everything you have is a gift. It makes you positive because you stop focusing on what's missing and start cherishing what's already there. And the best part? Allah promises to increase you when you are thankful. That means more peace, more happiness, more strength. Not always in material things, but in the kind of joy that doesn't depend on things. It's the joy that lives deep in your soul, knowing that Allah is watching over you. 2. I am a servant of Allah, and He is with me. When the world becomes noisy, confusing, or lonely, there is one truth that can bring you back to peace. You are a servant of Allah, and He is always with you. This is not just a comforting idea. It is a reality that every believer should carry in their heart every single morning. As soon as you wake up, remind yourself of this powerful identity. You are not just someone running after daily duties, money, or approval. You are a servant of the one who controls everything, and that makes you stronger than you think. This identity gives you meaning. You are not forgotten. You are not a mistake. You were made with love by the Creator of the heavens and the earth. He chose you to live today. He chose your soul to rise again this morning. So, tell yourself, I am His servant. I am under His care. When you begin your day with this belief, your confidence comes from faith, not from people, not from your job, not from your status. You walk with a silent power, the power of knowing that Allah is with you. Life brings tests. Sometimes your plans break. People may disappoint you. Problems may surround you. But if you remind yourself in those first few moments of the morning that Allah is with me, you gain courage to face anything. You don't have to know how everything will work out. You just need to know that your Rabb is near, closer than your heartbeat, more aware than your thoughts. And when you make this your morning thought, you begin to depend more on dua than stress. You start to seek answers through prayer instead of panic. You find peace, not because the world is perfect, but because your connection to Allah is real. This connection doesn't need Wi-Fi, it doesn't need perfect words, and it doesn't need anything from the outside world. It only needs sincerity. 3. My purpose is to please Allah. Every morning before the world starts pulling you in 100 directions, take a moment to remind yourself why you're here. My purpose is to please Allah. This simple reminder can change everything. It brings clarity in a world full of confusion. It brings focus in a life full of distractions. And most importantly, it brings peace to your heart. Because living for Allah gives your soul exactly what it was created for. From the moment you wake up, there are voices trying to tell you who to be. Society, media, people around you. Some will tell you to chase wealth. Others will say you need to impress people, win approval, look perfect. But when you know your purpose is to please Allah, you become free from all of that. You no longer have to live according to other people's expectations. You live with one goal in your heart, to be loved by your Creator. When your aim is Allah's pleasure, everything becomes worship. Your smile, your work, your kindness, your patience, all of it earns reward. Even your struggles, when done with the right intention, bring you closer to Him. You begin to see every part of life as a test, an opportunity, or a door to Janna. Your morning routine, your job, your family responsibilities, none of it feels empty anymore. It's all part of your journey toward the pleasure of your Lord. This mindset also makes your decisions easier. You ask yourself, will this please Allah? Before you speak, before you react, before you plan. It becomes a filter that keeps your heart clean and your path straight. You may not always be perfect, no one is, but you always return to the same purpose, to please the one who gave you life. And what happens when Allah is pleased with you? The entire direction of your life begins to shift. You feel calmer. You stop chasing what doesn't matter. You become more mindful. You begin to attract barakah in your actions and beauty in your character. 4. Whatever happens today is by Allah's plan. As the day begins, you don't know what it will bring. There could be joy, challenges, surprises, or even things you never expected. That's why it is powerful to remind yourself in the morning, whatever happens today is by Allah's plan. This one thought brings peace to your heart and stops the storm of worry before it even starts. Because if Allah is planning your day, then you can trust that everything has a purpose, even the things you don't understand. You see, life doesn't always go the way you expect. Sometimes you try your best and things still fall apart. You plan something good, but it doesn't work out. You give your heart to something, but it doesn't stay. This can hurt. It can make you feel confused, even disappointed. But when you remind yourself that nothing happens without Allah's will, your heart becomes stronger. You begin to trust that even what feels like a loss might be protecting you from something worse. This belief doesn't mean you won't feel sad. It doesn't mean life will be easy. But it means you will never face a moment alone. You won't waste your energy asking, "Why me?" Instead, you'll say, "There must be something good in this that I cannot see yet." You become patient without forcing yourself. You become calm because you know there's wisdom behind every delay, every no, and every closed door. When you wake up with this mindset, you don't panic if plans change. You don't lose yourself if someone is rude or if your goals get delayed. You understand that Allah's timing is perfect, and His plan is always better than yours. You walk through your day with a quiet confidence, knowing that every step, every meeting, every test is written with care and mercy by the one who knows what's best for you. 5. I will speak with kindness today. Every word you speak holds power. It can heal or it can hurt. It can bring someone closer to peace or push them deeper into pain. That is why, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself with intention and sincerity, I will speak with kindness today. This promise is not just for others. It's also for your own soul. Speaking kindly shapes your heart, strengthens your character, and fills your day with reward. Sometimes we forget how much our words matter. A small comment can leave a deep wound. A harsh tone can ruin someone's entire day. But on the other side, one kind sentence can uplift a heart that's breaking. A gentle word can bring hope to someone who feels invisible. You don't have to give money or big gifts to do good. Your speech can be your sadaqah. And Allah loves the one who uses their tongue to spread mercy. Starting your morning with this reminder helps you stay aware of what you say. Whether you're talking to your family, co-workers, strangers, or even someone who is rude to you, you remind yourself, my words represent my faith. Being Muslim is not only about prayer and fasting, it's also about character. And character begins with how we speak. Kindness in speech doesn't mean you allow wrong or become weak. It means you stay respectful, wise, and calm, even when others lose their manners. You still speak the truth, but you do it gently. You set boundaries, but without harshness. You express your feelings, but with dignity. This balance is beautiful in the eyes of Allah. He praises those who speak good and stay away from hurtful speech. Even in stressful moments, remind yourself that silence is better than words spoken in anger. Walk away if needed. Take a breath before replying. Ask yourself, will my words bring peace or regret? With time, your heart will love silence more than argument, and your tongue will be trained to spread only good. 6. Today, I will guard my prayers. When the sun rises and your day begins, there is one responsibility more important than all others, your prayer. It is not just a ritual. It is a lifeline, a daily meeting with the Lord of the worlds. That's why every morning remind yourself, today I will guard my prayers. This means you will not treat Salah as a task to tick off. You will protect it, honor it, and give it the place it deserves in your heart and in your schedule. Guarding your prayers means more than just performing them. It means performing them on time. It means finding peace in them, not rushing through them. It means preparing for them with proper wuzu, facing the Qibla, and standing in front of Allah with humility. You don't let anything, no meeting, no conversation, no excuse, become more important than Salah. Because once you lose your connection with Allah, you lose your guidance, your peace, and your strength. Prayers are not for Allah's benefit. They are for yours. They are 5 daily breaks from the chaos of the world. They are your moments to breathe, to reset, and to remember who you are and where you are going. When you pray with awareness, the world's problems begin to feel lighter. You start to realize that Allah is in control. You start to gain patience and clarity. You begin to walk through your day with purpose and calm. And on the day of judgment, the very first thing you will be asked about is your prayers. If they are correct, your other deeds will follow in goodness. If they are neglected, everything else will be harder to answer for. So if there's one thing you should never miss, it is your Salah. Wake up every morning and declare this promise to your heart. No matter what happens today, I will not let go of my prayers. 7. I am responsible for my actions. As you rise each morning, it's easy to blame the world for how things are. It's easy to say, he made me angry, or she made me lose control, or I did this because of them. But the truth is powerful and freeing. I am responsible for my actions. When you start your day with this reminder, you choose growth over excuses, maturity over blame, and accountability over victimhood. Islam teaches us to take ownership of our choices. No one else will stand beside you on the day of judgment to answer for your words, your deeds, or your intentions. You alone will stand in front of Allah, and He will ask you, not about what others did to you, but about how you responded, what you chose, what you allowed, and what you stayed away from. This thought may feel heavy, but it is also deeply empowering, because it means you have control over your path, your habits, and your future. When you accept responsibility, you stop reacting to life and start living it with purpose. You begin to say, yes, I got angry, but I will control my tongue. Or I was hurt, but I will still forgive because Allah loves those who forgive. You take steps toward becoming a better version of yourself, not perfect, but honest, not flawless, but sincere. Each morning becomes a new chance to rise again, to do better than yesterday, and to seek Allah's mercy with a pure heart. Responsibility also means you don't blame your sins on society, your past, or your friends. You acknowledge your mistakes and you seek forgiveness. When you do this, you earn Allah's love. He loves those who take responsibility and turn back to Him with humility and truth. 8. My risk is written. I won't chase the world. When the morning begins, many people jump out of bed with one goal: to chase the world. Money, status, fame, more likes, more things. They run without rest, afraid they might miss out on something. But the believer begins differently. The believer wakes up with a calm heart and tells himself, my risk is written. I won't chase the world. This is not laziness, it is deep trust in Allah. It is choosing peace over panic, faith over fear. Your risk, your sustenance, includes everything that is meant for you. Your wealth, your health, your knowledge, your peace, your relationships, even the food you eat. Before you were even born, Allah wrote it for you. No one can take what is yours. No one can stop what is already destined to reach you. This is a powerful truth that brings rest to the soul and patience to the heart. Chasing the world makes you anxious. You begin to compare your life with others. You begin to believe that your worth comes from your paycheck, your house, or your appearance. But Islam teaches us the opposite. Your worth comes from your taqwa, your God consciousness. It comes from trusting Allah's plan, working honestly, and leaving the results in His hands. That doesn't mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you work hard, but you work with intention. You do your best, but you don't let fear control you. You seek halal income, but you don't lose your morals in the process. You use your energy to please Allah, not to impress people. You rest when it's time to rest, and you remember that your success is not measured by how fast you run, but by how sincere your heart is while walking the path. 9. I will forgive and move on. When the sun rises and a new day begins, you carry with you not just your dreams, but also your memories, some sweet, some painful. You remember the words that hurt you, the betrayal that broke you, the people who disappointed you. But today, tell yourself with strength and peace, I will forgive and move on. This is not weakness. This is a sign of emotional and spiritual power. Forgiveness frees you. It doesn't mean what happened was okay. It means you are not going to let it control your heart any longer. Forgiveness also gives you energy. Carrying pain is exhausting. It pulls your mind into the past and steals your joy in the present. When you release the anger, you make space for peace, love, and focus. You start to live again. You sleep better, you smile more. You talk to Allah with a clean heart. You walk through your day feeling light, because you're no longer carrying the weight of grudges. 10. I will make someone's life easier. Today, when you open your eyes in the morning, you are blessed with a chance to make a difference in someone's life, a chance to be the reason someone smiles, someone feels hope, or someone finds relief. That's why one of the most beautiful things you can say to yourself is, I will make someone's life easier today. This thought may seem small, but it can carry more weight in the eyes of Allah than you can ever imagine. Islam teaches us that helping others is not just a good deed. It is an act of worship. It doesn't have to be something grand or public. You can hold the door open for someone, call a friend who is feeling down, forgive a person who wronged you, or simply say a kind word to someone who looks tired. Every small action counts. Every effort you make to ease someone's burden is written down. You don't need wealth or fame to help others. You just need a kind heart and the will to do good. Making life easier for others also softens your own heart. It takes you out of your own worries and reminds you that the world is full of people silently struggling. When you reach out to help them, Allah brings ease into your own life. He sends you peace, solutions, and unexpected blessings. It is His promise. When you help others, He will help you. 11. I am stronger than my thoughts. Every morning your mind wakes up before your body does, and sometimes it brings with it fear, doubt, regret, or sadness. You may feel overwhelmed by things that haven't even happened yet. That's why it's so important to tell yourself with courage, I am stronger than my thoughts. Because your thoughts are not facts. They don't define your truth. And they definitely don't control what kind of day you will have, unless you let them. There are moments when your mind will whisper lies. You're not good enough. You'll never succeed. You can't handle this, but your heart knows something bigger. It knows that Allah made you capable. It knows that strength doesn't come from your thoughts. It comes from your faith. And faith teaches you to rise above negativity, to replace doubt with dua, and to fight fear with trust in Allah. Being stronger than your thoughts doesn't mean ignoring them. It means recognizing them and then choosing not to be controlled by them. It means when a negative thought comes in, you pause and say, this is just a thought. It's not my reality. I trust in Allah, and He is with me. You replace worry with remembrance and fear with focus. You remind yourself that your mind can be a battlefield, but Allah gave you the strength to win. Sometimes you will have thoughts that tempt you to give up. On people, on yourself, even on your dreams. But that's the moment you must remind yourself, this is a test. My thoughts may be heavy, but my heart is grounded in faith. And Allah never burdens a soul more than it can bear. Every time you choose patience over panic, hope over hopelessness, and action over avoidance, you grow stronger. You train your soul to lead your mind, not the other way around. 12th, Janna is my final home. When the day begins and the world demands your attention, it's easy to forget why you're really here. You get caught up in tasks, goals, deadlines, and distractions. But as a believer, you must hold something deep in your heart, a truth that never changes no matter how much life shifts. Janna is my final home. This one sentence has the power to realign your heart, your actions, and your entire purpose. It reminds you that you're not here forever. You're just passing through. This world is a test. It's not perfect, and it's not supposed to be. Sometimes it will be kind to you, and sometimes it will hurt you deeply. There will be joys, but also disappointments. You'll gain people and lose people. You'll succeed and fail. But none of it lasts. None of it defines your true home. Every hardship, every blessing, every trial, it all exists to lead you toward your final destination, Janna. When you live with this mindset, you stop chasing temporary comfort. You stop comparing your life to others. You start focusing on what matters most, pleasing Allah, doing good, staying patient, and forgiving even when it's hard. You begin to understand that every sacrifice for Allah's sake is not a loss. It's an investment in your eternal life. You pray not just to tick a box, but because it connects you to your future home. You give in charity not just to help someone now, but because it builds your house in Janna. Even the pain you feel is not wasted. Allah sees your tears, your silent struggles, your sincere du'as. Nothing is forgotten. Every act of faith is a step toward the gardens of paradise. Every time you choose patience, truth, modesty, or kindness, you're walking the path home. Each morning, Allah gives you a new page, completely blank, waiting to be filled with your actions, your words, and your intentions. What you write on that page is up to you. Will you carry yesterday's burdens, or will you walk forward with faith? Will you let your thoughts control you, or will you speak to your soul with strength and clarity? These 12 reminders are more than words. They are tools to rebuild your mindset, revive your heart, and realign your life with what truly matters. So tomorrow morning, before the world gets loud, pause for a moment. Remind yourself of who you are, why you're here, and where you're going. And keep telling yourself, with Allah, I am never alone. With Allah, every day is a chance to grow. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Xplorers, where we remind each other of the light, the truth, and the journey toward Janna.